5.
I'm listening. See that?
A? As it is. So A.
So UNB.
Amplissime cancelari, placet tibi et officium incipiat.
Plaquette.
Please remain standing for the prayer of invocation given by Father Monty Peters. Monty.
O heavenly God, creator of nature and humankind, on this beautiful afternoon, our university community gathers for Encaenia. We acknowledge you as the source of wisdom, love, life, and goodness, and we seek your blessing. Please bless each and every one of our graduates who will receive their degrees at this ceremony. May they treasure the education they have acquired, share it with others, and use it for your glory. Bless their parents, their spouses, their partners, their families, friends, and everyone who assisted and encouraged them in their journey to this day. And bless the members of this learning community who supported and guided them in their studentship. Bless our maintenance people, our janitors, ground crew, security personnel, and physical plant employees who keep our campus neat and clean and safe for us. Bless our administrative and ancillary staff, the managers, secretaries, receptionists, and clerks who oversee the business of running our university. And bless our student services personnel, the counselors and advisors, medical people and student supervisors, peer educators and mentors who attend to the quality of student life. And bless our active and retired faculty, the deans, professors, lecturers, tutors, coaches, lab assistants, and technicians who enlighten and empower our students with knowledge, understanding, and critical thought. And bless the officers of our university, our Chancellor, our President, Vice President, Senators, and Governors, who are entrusted with the challenge, their challenging responsibility of leading us. We come to this Encaenia with grateful hearts. May your Spirit fill our gathering with celebration and joy. Amen.
Please be seated. Unfortunately, Father Peters cannot stay with us today, but we thank him for taking the time to join us and to share his words of wisdom. Thank you, Monty. Here at the start of our ceremony, I'd like to acknowledge that our university sits on traditional Wolastoqey territory. The mighty river that runs by us is known as the Wollastook, along which live the Wolastoqey, the people of the beautiful river. I'm pleased to call upon Ramona Nicholas, a proud alumna of UNB, to deliver a traditional Wolastoqey welcome. Ramona.
Let's give thanks to creation on this beautiful and exciting day. To start off this celebration, I'm going to sing a song by the late elder in residence, Gwen Bear. This is a song that she translated about the river that we belong to.
Zupeg el
everyone, and congratulations to the graduates.
Thank you, Ramona, and I understand that you have to leave as well. I'm going to take a moment to introduce the platform party, down 2, and ask you that you please direct your attention to the screens on either side of the platform. The members of our platform party include our Chancellor, members of our Board of Governors, our honorary degree recipient, professors emeriti, deans, faculty, and staff. My name is Eddie Campbell, and I'm President and Vice Chancellor of the University of New Brunswick. Thanks to you all for being a part of this very special day. I'm now pleased to call upon our Chancellor, Dr. Alison McCain, to deliver the welcome address. Alison.
Mr. President, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, and the people who are today's raison d'etre, UNB graduates of 2018, welcome to the 189th Encaenia of UNB Fredericton. Graduates, congratulations on your achievement, something we're about to confirm in today's ceremony. Your 4 years, or more in some cases, at UNB have been a time of rapid growth in terms of knowledge and maturity. You may not feel it personally, but others see you as an individual with more knowledge, new skills, and a certain level of leadership potential. The world is experiencing change more quickly than at any time in history. Knowledge is being acquired faster than ever. Communication is instantaneous and global. Unfortunately, in the current climate, it is often more difficult to separate fact from fiction. Bottom line, it's both an exciting time and a challenging time to be finishing your university studies. The world is arguably a better place than it has ever been, but there is still a great deal of inequality, of injustice and deprivation. Your generation will need to find solutions to those issues. Our expectations are high for you, but so is our confidence in your ability to meet those expectations. UNB has given you new knowledge, new skills to take on that challenge. Hopefully, it has also taught you to have a genuine curiosity to ensure you continue to learn, to innovate, and to find new solutions to old problems. Indeed, your family, the university, and the province all have invested in providing educational opportunities for you, in the belief that it will pay dividends in the future. So as you leave the university, you may be a little nervous, a little uncertain, but also, I suspect, a little excited about what you will be able to accomplish. But take my word for it, you have the tools to do great things and pay back that investment many times over. UNB graduates, you are the future, and I, for one, could not feel better about it. Thank you.
Thank you, Chancellor McCain. Now I'd like to draw your attention to page 20 of the program. The medals listed there will be presented during our Encaenia ceremonies. There are other medals and prizes that appear below the recipient's name in the graduation list that are typically awarded at a faculty award ceremony or may be picked up at the faculty. On behalf of the university, I want to congratulate each and every one of the recipients of these prizes and express the hope and the expectation that you will maintain the high standards that you have demonstrated in qualifying for these awards for the rest of your lives. I would now ask our Vice President Academic, Dr. George McLean, to assist the Chancellor with the presentation of the medals. George.
Through the generosity of Her Honor, the Lieutenant Governor, a silver medal is awarded each spring to the outstanding graduating student in each of the faculties on the Fredericton campus. At this ceremony, we will present the medals in computer science, engineering, and forestry, and environmental management. I would ask each recipient to come up to the platform as your name is called to receive your medal from the Chancellor. The Lieutenant Governor's Silver Medal in Computer Science is awarded to Colby Milton. The Lieutenant Governor's Silver Medal in Engineering is awarded to Alec McDonald. The Lieutenant Governor's Silver Medal in Forestry and Environmental Management is awarded to Graham Green.
At this time, we will confer the honorary rank of Professor Emeritus. The candidates will be presented by Dr. McLean.
The Professor Emeritus distinction is awarded only to retired faculty members. Criteria for the honorary rank include teaching performance of exceptional merit, extensive research, publication of unusually high quality, creative contributions to the administration and development of the university, and a record of professional conduct that indicates fair and ethical treatment of students and other members of the academic community. Candidates must be approved by the university's Board of Governors. It is my pleasure to ask Dr. Rodney Cooper to stand. I will now call upon Dr. Luigi Benedicente, Dean of Computer Science and a colleague of Dr. Cooper, to read his citation.
Professor Cooper joined the UNB in 1975 and spent 41 years contributing to computer science, the university, and the community through exemplary teaching, research, and service. Professor Cooper has had a sterling career. He was involved in course creation in computer security, information systems, and drug design, and taught many undergraduate and graduate courses. He was awarded the Faculty's Teaching Award 3 times. He served as the student ombudsman for 8 years. Professor Cooper supervised doctoral and master's students and published books, conference papers, and journal articles. As well, he acted as an international reviewer for the National Science Foundation of the United States. His interdisciplinary research included work with the RCMP, aerospace companies, and the New Brunswick Department of Health, as well as working with colleagues from chemistry, mechanical engineering, and philosophy. Within the university, Professor Cooper served as the Don of Aiken House for almost 10 years and acted as Assistant Dean of the Faculty of Computer Science on 2 occasions. Outside of the university, he advised and co-chaired committees on the security of critical infrastructure and cybersecurity for the provincial government, and serves as an adjunct professor of Howard University. Professor Cooper has been a shaping force in taking computer science at UNB from a department to a school and finally to a faculty. Our faculty, staff, and students look forward to Professor Cooper continuing his association and involvement with the faculty and the university. Congratulations, Professor Cooper. You're mostly deserving of the honor of Professor Emeritus at the University of New Brunswick.
Insignissime praeses, amplissime cancellare, toto universitas, commendo vobis Rodney Cooper, ute conferatus honoris causa titulum auctatum professoris emeritus in studis rerum computarum in hoc universitate.
Ego confero vobis Rodney Cooper, ab emeritua huic universitati, dio et exignatur explita titulum auctatum Professoris Emeritus in Studiis Rerum Computarum in Universitati Novi Brunswicki.
Dr. David McLean, I invite you to please stand. I'd like to call upon Dr. Van Lance, Dean of Forestry and Environmental Management, and a colleague of Dr. McLean, to please read his citation.
Dr. McLean joined UNB as Dean of Forestry and Environmental Management in 1999, after spending 21 years as a research scientist with the Canadian Forest Service. During his 2 5-year terms as Dean, he led the faculty in developing the Bachelor of Science in Environment and Natural Resources and the Master's in Environmental Management programs. He was also successful in hiring 2 Tier 1 Canada research chairs and numerous professors. And he was also the person who hired me, which I think was a very good decision. Over his term as Dean, graduate student numbers doubled, research funding dramatically increased, and the faculty's research ranking increased to a number 1 at UNB. An internationally recognized expert in forest ecology, Dr. McLean has received more than 60 research grants and has led numerous national and regional research networks. He recently led an $18 million Atlantic Innovation Fund research project entitled Early Intervention Against Spruce Budworm, with over 30 co-investigators. And he continues to serve as lead scientist for a newly announced $75 million federal investment to implement early intervention strategy. Dr. McLean has supervised more than 40 graduate students, many of whom are co-authors on over 260 research article publications, which have been cited more than 4,650 times in the journal. He has served as president of the Association of the University of Forestry Schools of Canada, chair of the Canadian Model Forest Network, and on the boards of 9 national and regional organizations. In recognition of his contributions to the field of forestry, he was awarded the prestigious Canadian Forestry Scientific Achievement Award in 2008. Please join me in congratulating Dr. David McLean for a successful career, and join me in welcoming him as Professor Emeritus. He is most truly deserving of this recognition.
Insignissime praeses amplissime cancellare tota universitas, commendo vobis David McLean, ut conferatus honoris causa titulum ac statum professoris emeritus in silvicultura et rebus naturalibus curandis in hoc universitate.
Ego confero vobis David McLean, ab manera tua huic universitati dio et signatur explita titulum ac statum professoris emeritus in silvicultura et rebus naturalibus curandis in universitati Novi Brunswicki. We will now proceed to the conferring of an honorary degree. The recipient will be presented by orator Dr. Shirley Cleave.
Dr. David Lynch to be Doctor of Science. In accepting this honorary degree, Dr. Lynch is returning to his roots. He was born in the village of Minto and came to UNB to study engineering as a Beaverbrook Scholar, earning his undergraduate degree in chemical engineering at UNB in 1977. He accepted a position with Esso Chemicals and headed west to Edmonton on his Honda 750 motorcycle. While he saw an exciting career as an engineer, he also began to contemplate earning a PhD and applied to the University of Alberta. The weather may have influenced his decision. Dr. Lynch recalls that it rained on him and his motorcycle every day in July and August, and then snowed the week before Labor Day. He went to class in September. He earned his PhD in 1982 and joined the Faculty of Engineering. Throughout his career at the University of Alberta, Dr. Lynch proved himself to be an exceptional academic as a teacher, a scholar, and an administrator. He was an award-winning teacher, winning the Faculty of Engineering Undergraduate Teaching Award and the A.C. Rutherford Award for Excellence in Undergraduate Teaching, the highest award for undergraduate teaching at the University of Alberta. He was an active scholar in his field, chemical reaction and engineering, and was named the McCullough Research Professor at the U of A. As an individual and a collaborator, he was the recipient of substantial grants to support his research. He produced 71 refereed papers and conference presentations and 64 technical presentations and reports. He also served as a reviewer for 60 reviews for various journals, organizations, and granting bodies. However, it was as an administrator that he was particularly outstanding. He began his administrative career under less than ideal circumstances when he was appointed acting dean for a year in the middle of a 21% budget cut in 1994. He accepted on the condition that he would serve for only 12 months. He got to work to help the faculty redefine itself, and under his leadership, a plan was soon developed and a network of organizations willing to support the faculty was built. Recognizing that the hard front-end work had been done, halfway through his one-year term, Dr. Lynch applied for the position of dean. He was appointed and subsequently reappointed 3 more times, serving 21 years as dean. Notable accomplishments during his tenure as Dean of Engineering from 1994 to 2015 include more than doubling of the total engineering undergraduate and graduate student enrollments, awarding of over 13,000 undergraduate and 5,000 graduate degrees, the hiring of over 280 new engineering professors, the establishment of over 20 NSERC industrial research chairs and more than 30 other chair positions, construction of 5 new buildings, the major renewal of an existing building, and raising over $1.5 billion in incremental funding for teaching, research, and facilities in the Faculty of Engineering. Dr. Lynch has served over 30 Alberta national, international, advisory, management, government, corporate boards, and agencies. He continues to serve on several, including the boards of directors of Waste Resolutions Edmonton, Engineers Canada, and the German-Canadian Centre for Innovation and Research. Dr. Lynch has been recognized for his accomplishment and his many years of service by many organizations and agencies, including the University of Alberta, the Province of Alberta, the City of Edmonton, and multiple academic, professional, and industrial associations. UNB is proud to welcome Dr. Lynch home and to bestow on him this honorary degree. Insignismis praeses implicime cancelare tota universitas presenta vobis David Lynch ut admittitator honoris causa ad graduum doctoris in scientia in Universitate Nova Brunswicki.
Ego admitto te, David Lynch, honoris causa ad gradum doctoris in scientia in Universitate Nova Brunswicki. It is now my privilege and a great pleasure to invite Dr. David Lynch to address this Encaenia.
Chancellor McCain, President Campbell, faculty and staff, friends and family of the graduates, guests, and especially the UNB graduates of 2018. Thank you for this incredible honor from my university, UNB. I very much wish to thank those who nominated me, and I wish to acknowledge and thank the truly incredible group of alumni, donors, industrial leaders, government officials, students, staff, faculty, and many others who supported me so strongly at the University of Alberta. I also wish to provide very special recognition for my wife, Joan Lynch, who is here today, whose unconditional love and support over the decades has sustained me through good and difficult times alike. Thank you, Joan. I also wish to provide my very best wishes and hopes for a quick return to normal for all of those affected by the recent devastating flooding in New Brunswick. To the graduates of 2018, congratulations. I know from my own experience that you have received an outstanding education at UNB that will provide you with a solid foundation for your lives and careers. As you contemplate your future, I strongly encourage you to think about why Canada, over the years, has been such a desirable location for existing and new Canadians alike. Why is this? Is it because Canadians are just so nice? Perhaps. But I am not certain that we are so nice that people will move from around the world just to be close to us. Or is it because Canada is seen to be a safe, law-abiding, prosperous country that provides ample opportunities for a good life? If this is the reason, then what is the fundamental basis for the societal prosperity and opportunities in Canada? Is it because we in Canada are so much more creative, innovative, entrepreneurial, productive, hardworking, diverse, and resourceful relative to others in the world? Sadly, based on my experience, the answer to that question is unfortunately no. These important attributes are found in people everywhere in the world and not especially concentrated in Canada. Instead of any special attributes of the Canadian population, I strongly believe that our incredible bounty of natural resources, forests, minerals, metals, oil, gas, and oil sands is the fundamental basis for the societal prosperity and opportunities in Canada. Canada's natural resources have long been seen by new Canadians as a source of opportunity. My Irish great-grandfather, Timothy Lynch, came to New Brunswick in 1842 and eventually became successful in forestry and lumber operations along the Miramichi River. My Italian grandfather, Dominic DiCarlo, came to New Brunswick in 1912 and got his start working in the underground coal mines around Minto. In my own case, I worked in a fertilizer plant near Redwater, Alberta, in a petrochemicals plant in Sarnia, Ontario, and I planted approximately 45,000 jack pine trees near Boystown, New Brunswick, at the princely sum of 2 cents a tree, which has completely offset my personal greenhouse gas footprint for at least 1,000 years. Not that I plan to live that long. Looking at all of Canada, according to Natural Resources Canada and Statistics Canada, in round numbers, approximately 800,000 people, constituting just over 4% of the Canadian workforce, including an estimated 37,000 individuals of Indigenous heritage, are directly employed in the forestry, minerals, metals, oil, gas, and oil sands industries in Canada, including the creation of products from those resources. This small 4% of the Canadian workforce directly produces approximately 10% of Canada's gross domestic product and is directly responsible for an incredible 40% to 50% of Canada's total domestic exports every year. And this does not include the additional large indirect employment, GDP, and exports connected to this sector. The natural resources sector is also the major area where Canada has a large positive net balance of trade with other countries. The workers strongly benefit from the societal prosperity generated by the responsible development of natural resources in Canada. For example, the average earnings per worker in the oil, gas, mining, and quarrying industrial sector is approximately $2,100 per week, which is more than double the average of $1,000 per week for the overall Canadian workforce. The relatively larger amounts of income taxes paid by individual natural resources sector workers and companies then disproportionately support public infrastructure, healthcare, schools, excellent post-secondary institutions such as UNB, and programs such as the National Equalization Transfer Program. Pointing out that the natural resource sector is the foundational basis for the societal prosperity and opportunities in Canada is not currently a popular position to take, or even sometimes to mention. We see that many, if not most, natural resources development projects in Canada are experiencing determined opposition from within Canada, from USA-based foundations, and others. The recent demise of the Energy East pipeline project that would have supported energy independence, security, and market diversification for Canada was, in my opinion, a tragedy, a view that I know is shared by many in New Brunswick. The constitutional conflict and contempt of the courts occurring over the Kinder Morgan pipeline project speaks volumes to international audiences concerning the current state of dysfunction regarding natural resources development in Canada. At the heart of the opposition to natural resources development projects is often a demand that a project pose absolutely zero risk, which all of you know is unobtainable. Zero is not obtainable in risk. You all experience risk when you get up this morning, when you drive in the car, when you take an airplane. Zero is not possible. Project opponents often dismiss the major societal risks associated with not developing the natural resources. In disputes about risk, it is important to heed the words of Daniel Patrick Moynihan, a former U.S. ambassador to the United Nations, where he stated, probably trying to solve peace in the Middle East, "You are entitled to your own opinion, but not to your own facts." Robust and timely regulatory processes embodying deep technical expertise are the appropriate mechanism for establishing the facts and for assessing, mitigating, and balancing the risks associated with the responsible development of natural resources. To allow projects to die from 1,000 delays truly puts at risk Canada's continuing and future societal prosperity and opportunities. The responsible development of Canada's natural resources, including reductions in greenhouse gas emissions, water use, land disturbance, and safety incidents, requires a creative, innovative, entrepreneurial, productive, hardworking, diverse, and resourceful workforce with exceptional education in engineering, computer science, forestry, and environmental management, such as possessed by the UNB graduates of 2018 gathered here today. I urge you to seize the opportunities to become generators of societal prosperity and opportunity through the responsible development of Canada's natural resources. A bright future for existing Canadians and newcomers alike depends upon it and upon you. Thank you, and once again, congratulations.
Thank you very much, David. Words indeed to ponder. Instructions, perhaps, to ponder. We will now proceed to the conferring of degrees in course. May I extend to all of you who will graduate here today the very warmest congratulations of your university. When you first came here as a student, you became a part of the UNB family. And today, all of this family is gathered here. Teachers, colleagues, friends, faculty, staff, administrators, to share in your pride in reaching this most important milestone in your lives. We are here to recognize your hard work and your sacrifice, and we are here to wish you every success and happiness in the future. We hope that you will always value what you have learned here with us, and that you will forever remember your alma mater with fondness and with affection. We will begin with the bachelor's degrees, which will be followed by the master's and doctoral degrees. Candidates for the bachelor's degrees will be presented by our orator.
The bachelor degrees of Science and Engineering, Geomatics, Science and Forestry, Science and Environment and Natural Resources, Computer Science, Information Systems, and Science and Software Engineering. Candidates will remain seated for this application. Insignissimis praeses, implicime cancellare, supplicant senatui, et hui venerabili collegio gubernatorum, he baccalaureate vel scholares in facultati ingenieria, in facultati silviculturae et rerum naturalium correndarium, in facultati rerum computandarium, quorum nomina ac studio eam rite cognita sunt et promulgata, ut abilitantur et proprium baccalaureae graduum sua quisque facultate.
Placetni vobis senatores, placetni gubernatores, ut his supplicatores admittantur.
Okay. The supplicants for the aforesaid bachelor degrees will now stand for the presentation by the orator and admission by the president. Insignissimi praeses, implicime cancellare, tota universitas, presenta vobis, hosca supplicatores, in supra dictus facultatibus, ut admittantur et proprium baccalaureae graduum in sua quisque facultate, destorqua illos quoad omnias quae statute nostra requirant, aptos et idoneus esse.
Ego admitto, post ad gradum baccalaureae in Universitati Novi Brunswicki.
You will now proceed in your signed order onto the dais for individual acceptance. The Dean of Engineering, Dr. Chris Diddick, will present the engineering diplomas. Bachelor of Science in Engineering, First Division, Michael James Allen Arbo. Michael Allen Barnhill. Allison Helena Bent. Brendan Leo Dominique Boyle. Evan David Campbell. Justin Donnelly Campbell. Lijui Hughes Shen. Shimdi Iporma Shime. Matthew David Clark. Alex Carl Clarkin. Justin William Craig Collette. Justin Daniel Kosman. Troy Dobson. Jenica Lydia Doucette. Caleb Michael Dries. Tanisha Marie Dries. Alexander Edward Fraser Duguid. Nicholas Colin Earl. Chad William Ellis. Michaelia Violet Estel. Emily Marie Forbes. Lisa Laura Page Gallant. Brittany Elizabeth Gillis. Brandon Allen Grant. Sarah Kathleen Hansen. Cameron Charles Edward Hughes. Ahmad Ibrahim. Mark Edward Jackson. Michael Robert Jordan. Daniel Stephen King. Nicholas Joseph Kozma. Joshua Jordan Lander. Tyler James Vincent Lawless. Kirsty Rebecca Jane Lee. Christopher Douglas Logan. Peter Wilfred Macaulay. Alec James McDonald. Francis William McFarlane. Morgan Cullen Thomas McLean. Ryan David Main. Kathleen Sarah McConnell. Zachary Cole McDougall. John Patrick Wallace McNeil. Aaron Michael McPhee. Marcono Antoni Merlini. Francois Michaud. Niku Camila Namadi. Colin Barry George Grant Munn. Jamie Michael Olford. Sonia Michelle Walsh Power. Amy Heather Price. Joseph Stewart Purdue. Leah Jean Perney. Kejva Rampersad. Samuel Olivier Renault. Louis-Philippe Bouchard. Andrew Charles Williams Robert. Jennifer Rita Joan Ross. Patrick Joseph Mark Savoy. Quinn Michael Selby. Neil Everett Smith. Riley Colton Smith. Tyler Scott Summers. Michael Ronald Bracklin. Devin Lee Stagg. Brody James Gregory Terrio. Justin Alexander Thibault. Emma Grace Thompson. Eric John Taniski. Igmara Wheeler. Jesse James Wilson. Morgan Leyland Wilson. Kyle Paul Woods. Jacqueline Kelly Young. Shayla Youssef. Tinky Zhu. Adamola Idris Adesgun. Bachelor of Science in Engineering. Olusegun Kaburi Adiyemi. Michael Scott Ayton. Zahid Alatisha. Abdihali Khalid Alamukam. Muhammad Atiq Alamatari. Amro Najid Alafrayfry. Loa Muhammad Al Sayed. Puria Amir Pursayed. Theon Andre Barnes. Wade Evan Beers. Matthew Arnold Byer. Lucas Michael Blaney. Mika Tyler Blizzard. Moira Elizabeth Boyle. Ian Alec Butler. Riley Joseph Desmond Callahan. Tyler James Carrier. Alyssa Marie Cleaves. Josh Michael Camo. Christopher Walter Corbett. James Nathan Cormier. Joseph Glenn Cormier. Katie Jane Cox. Charles Brandon Crabe. Thomas Stephen Daly. Kieran John Delaney. Robert Craig DeMerchant. Madison Lori Angelina Dempsey. Anthony Joseph Desmond. Brandon John Gordon Drake. Stephanie Lynn Duffy. Hazel Kirsty Duncan. Shibuki Henry Anjamika. Kieran Cameron Ellis, Justin Alexander Phipp, Jessica Ashley Gauthier, William Clinton Gear, Major Gordon Evan Getson, Sarah Catherine Patricia Gilbert, Vishant Raj Giri, Elizabeth Marie Gogan, Imtiaz bin Hussein, Dean Douglas Howes, Kent Douglas Jones, Kusa Kase, Jesse Lee Kennedy, Brandon Jonathan Kingman, Domodar Kikal, Tyler James Langley, Gordon Jacob Langlois, Kendrew Michael Larkin, Sylvain LeBlanc, Fraser Matthew Ledrew, Joshua William Christopher Ledrew, Joel William Legault, Ian Douglas Ferguson Lemoyne, Yuan Lin, Lingbo Lui, Catherine Elizabeth Lowe, Sarah Frances McDonald, Christopher Daniel Mackin, Spencer Avery McKnight, John Donald Allen McLean, Malcolm Ian McMurdo, Kaylee Ann Malone, Samuel Andrew Mason, Pascal Duchesne McCarthy, Katie Mae McDonald, Cassandra Tammy McDonald, Matt Grant McGivney, Dean Alexander McIsaac, Utilier Ann Selby McLaughlin, Andrew Richard McLean, Colby David McLean, David Robert Cameron McNeil, Connor James Melnick, Jade Kieran Michael, Trent Michael Mitchell, Corey Michael Mitten, John Alec Monahan, Cody James Morris, Benjamin David Morton, Brett William Murphy, Melissa Ann Nelson, Tyler Allen Paul Nickerson, Shaturi Chimenaram Muchu, Nicholas Philip Odell, Melissa Parsons, Brian Ray Paul, Caitlin Allen Paulson, Bailey Allen Pedersen, Stephen Emmanuel Peters, Sebastian Hashe Peterson, Danielle Gerald Pollard, Mitchell Thomas Joseph Pollock, Mackenzie Remington Purdy, Fatin Farhana Razvan, Samuel Jordan Reynolds, Christopher Michael Rideout, Kaylee Elizabeth Robertson, Zachary Ty Snowden, William Cowell Story, Terry Doreef, Maria Thomas, Matthew Benjamin Thomas, Joel Allen Thorne, Samantha Kate Tompkins, Faisal Muslimin Topu, Richard Alexandra Tombe, Jake Andrew Trathriwi, Daniel Ugwaja, Thomas Andrew Van Steeg, Christopher Owen Robert Vlug, Rachel Amanda Renee Weaver, Benjamin Alexander West, Bradley William White, Jeffrey Nathaniel Whitrow, Blake Alexander Mark Wilson, Vladislav Yarlozovsky, Shenki Yi, Ji Soo Byung, Tianqi Sheng, Ximing Sheng. This concludes the granting of the Bachelor of Engineering degrees. The Dean of Forestry and Environmental Management, Dr. Van Lance, will present the Forest and Environmental Management Science degrees. Bachelor of Science in Forestry, First Division. Marie-Lynn Laferette. Nathan Alexander Rankin. Bachelor of Science in Forestry, Emma Robina Bailey. Tess Bryden Billings. Sasha Brittany Cascogne. Jason Daniel Hefner. Courtney Morgan McDonald. Shelby Nicole Sharp. Julie Kristen Smearer. Bachelor of Science, Environmental and Natural Resources with honors, Craig Charles Wall. Bachelor of Science, Environmental and Natural Resources, First Division, Holly Ann Campbell. Katriana Rose Solarak. Bachelor of Science in Environmental Natural Resources, Bethany Shanna Marie Daphne. Tessa Dawn Doncaster. Jonathan Morgan Gillingham. Graham Winston Green. Claire Jacqueline Gregory. Ainsley Kirsty McMillan. Stephanie Scott. This concludes the granting of the Bachelor of Science in Forestry degrees and Environmental and Natural Resources degrees. The Dean of Computer Science, Dr. Luigi Benedicenti, will present the Computer Science, Information System, and Software Engineering diplomas. Bachelor of Computer Science, First Class Honors, Joshua Derek Gunter. Alex Joseph Sobek. Bachelor of Computer Science Honors, Jean-Philippe Legault. Bachelor of Computer Science, First Division, George Allen Calhoun. Zachariah Robin Coates. Jeremy Gillis Corvo. Danny James Elliott. Kyle Roy Grant. Joshua Jeremy Hicks. Matthew Stephen Johnstone. Anand Vithal Kamat. Alexander William Kienzel. Devin Blair Lomond. Evan Alexander McTavish. Nathaniel Joseph McGee. Colby Vernon Lewis Milton. Tyler Maxwell Kovacic. Hillary Ann Stevens. Bachelor of Computer Science, Mohammed Taleb Ahmad. Matthew Thomas Bellabo. Nathaniel Claude Brewer. Alexander Joseph Brewster. Brandon Scott Edward Crowther. Joel Charles Jumphy. Matthew Charles Dumphy. Adam Charles Forsyth. Justin Amos Gallant. Matthew Gregory Gateau. Morgan Jolene Hay. Rachel Aaron Hudson. Benjamin Keith Jardine. Tyson Adrian Lindsay Jardine. Jonathan Edward Keenan. Evan Charles Jeffrey Knight. Kyle Gerald Lampkin. Ian Laird McFadgen. Eric Donald Michelin. Jacob Michael Pauley.
Hi.
Jesse Kenneth James Reed. Joel Michael Alexander Richards. Bradley Joseph Allison Siliker. Jeremy Todd Steves. Monica Elizabeth Weatherby. Jamie Rebecca Hazel White. Bachelor of Information Systems, First Division, Xingzhu Du. Celine Rachel Purley. Bachelor of Information Systems, Eric Peterson Atkinson. Henan Ba. Zhen Jia. Patrick Wellington Palmer. Bachelor of Science in Software Engineering, First Division, Brett Nichols Curry. Luke Samuel Dupuy. William James Owen Ferguson. Evan James Kennedy. Kieran Morgan Lee. David Peter Legier. Jacob Philip Manuel. Bachelor of Science in Software Engineering, Andrew Raymond Connors. Joshua Dwight Mowat Northrop. Heidi Nunez Vasquez. This concludes the granting of the Bachelor of Computer Degrees in Information Systems Software.
We will now confer the master's degree in course. The candidates will be presented by the Dean of Graduate Studies, Dr. Drew Rendell. Drew.
Good afternoon. It's a pleasure to present the candidates for the master's degrees of Science in Engineering, Science in Forestry, Environmental Management, Computer Science, and Computer Science by coursework. Candidates will remain seated for this application. Insignissime praeses, amplissime cancellare, supplicant senatui et vic venerabile collegio gubernatorum, i baculaure vel scholares in facultate Ingegneria, in facultate silviculturae et verum naturalum curandarum, in facultate rerum computandarum, quorum nomina ac studia emerite cognita sunt et promulgata, ut admittantur et proprium magistri gradum in sua quisque facultate.
Placeti vobis senatores, placeti gubernatores, ut hi supplicatores admittantur.
The supplicants for the aforesaid master's degrees will now please stand for admission by the President. Insignissime praeses, amplissime cancellare, tota universitas, praesento vobis osce supplicatores in supradictis facultatibus, ut admittantur et proprium magistri gradum in sua quisque facultate, testorque illos quod omnia quae statuta nostra requirant, aptos et idoneos esse.
Ego admitto vos ad gradum magistri in Universitati Novi Brunswick.
You may now join us on the stage for individual acceptance. Dr. John Kershaw, the Associate Dean of Graduate Studies, will present the master's diplomas. For the degree of Master of Science in Engineering, Yumi Araki. Olowatoyan Emanuela Atunbi. Carter Keith Baxter. Rachel Ann Bernier. Jessie Ann MacArthur. Ryan John McSheffrey. Lepika Nath. Nathan Roy Quinn. Jonathan Robichaux. Joshua James Snowden. Shriram Talam Puranam Raghu. Rajesh Tamilmani. Katie Rose Wilson. For the degree of Master of Engineering, Mohammed Zaki Abdul Rahman. Marwan Zaini Al-Sati. Christine Adele Chase. Craig Davis. Vidur Pravin Kumar Gobalka. Ali Aman Khan. Henry Itopa Oboro. Logan Allison Pittman. Arshdeep Singh Randawa. Chirag Prabhakar Sarfari. Hao Sun. Luke Walsh. Spencer Riley Watts. For the degree of Master of Science in Forestry, J. James Ogilvy. George Henry Williams. For the degree of Master of Forestry, Yan Yi Li. For the degree of Master of Environmental Management, Maria Anna Bellier. Akua Omowale Carberry. Kaylee Elizabeth Chaston Vickers. Michael James Hardy. Courtney Page Johnson. Brandon Craig Love. Timothy Douglas Roberts. Obehi Betsy Ugbarasi. For the degree of Master of Computer Science, Vaibhavi Satish Kalgutkar. Divya Negi. This concludes the granting of master's degrees.
We will now confer the degrees of Doctor of Philosophy. The candidates will be presented by Dr. Rendell.
It's an additional pleasure to present the candidates for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy, the highest degree awarded at the university. Candidates will please stand for the supplication. Insignissime praeses, amplissime cancellare, supplicant senatui et vic venerabili collegio gubernatorum. Ricardo Bautista Quintero, Mechanical Engineering. Maksudul Alam Chowdhury, Computer Science. Sarah Lynn Edwards, Forestry. Kiang Lee, Computer Science. Joshua Kevin Picard, Mechanical Engineering. Ahmed Wagdi Imam Shahata, Electrical Engineering. Norfitza Yub Harun, Mechanical Engineering. And Genzal, Computer Science. Magistri vel baculauri ut admintantur ad gradum philosophiae doctoris.
Placetni vobis senatoris, placetni gubernatoris, ut his supplicatoris admitantur.
Placet. I'd ask the candidates for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy please to step forward in front of the dais for admission by the President. Insignissime praeses, amplissime cancellare, tota universitas, praestento vobis osce supplicatores, ut admintantur ad gradum philosophiae doctores testorque ilos, quod omnia quae statuta nostra requirent, aptos et idoneos esse.
Ego admitto vos ad gradum philosophiae doctoris in Universitati Novi Brunswick.
I invite you now to join us on stage for individual acceptance. For the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Computer Science, Maksudul Alam Chowdhury for a thesis entitled Continuous User Authentication in Body Area Network. To be Doctor of Philosophy in Computer Science, Ki Hyang Lee for a thesis entitled Big Data Analytical Algorithms and Systems for High-Frequency Trading and Contract Network Analysis. To be Doctor of Philosophy in Mechanical Engineering, Joshua Kevin Picard for a thesis entitled Analysis and Synthesis Methods for the Appropriate Design of Parallel Mechanisms. To be Doctor of Philosophy in Electrical Engineering, Ahmed Wagdi Imam Shakhata for a thesis entitled Improving Performance and Internal Model Strength of Myoelectric Prosthesis Control Strategies Using Augmented Feedback. This concludes the granting of degrees in course.
Congratulations, graduates. On the off chance that you're having difficulty with the Latin on your parchment, we've included an English translation in the folder. I would now like to invite Jill Jolino, President of the Associated Alumni, to welcome our newest group of alumni. Jill.
Wow, what an awesome group. Your Honor, Mr. Chancellor, Honorary degree recipient, Dr. David Lynch, President Campbell, distinguished guests, family, and friends of UNB. And good afternoon, graduates. It's an honor to share this much anticipated and special day with you. Congratulations. Traditionally, as part of the graduation ceremony, the president of the UNB Alumni Association would offer a few words of welcome as you transition from students to alumni. In recent years, the Alumni Association decided to change things up a bit and enlisted help from fellow members of the alumni family to deliver our welcome message. Please direct your attention to one of the two screens as we hear messages from all over the world to you.
When we say we're proudly UNB, we're not just saying we went there.
We're saying we're part of something big, something strong, something deep, transformational,
lifelong.
Something that has allowed me to take on the world, to discover my passions, strengths, to wake up every day and do what I love.
To be part of something special, a global community.
To network, socialize.
To celebrate our accomplishments together as UNB grads.
And now, it's your turn to make your mark.
Your connection to UNB is not something you leave behind you.
It's something you take with you.
Something you cherish and nurture.
Something you shine brightly. something you say loudly.
Proudly. You are UNB's greatest ambassadors.
No matter where you go, who you meet, or what you do, stay connected. UNB is a part of us, who we are, and who you've just become.
You will always be proudly UNB.
Welcome.
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 Welcome to the alumni family.
In 2000, the UNB Associated Alumni introduced a new UNB tradition, the presentation of alumni pins to new graduates. We hope this pin will carry the individual memories of a life-changing experience at UNB and serve as a reminder that when you combine an ambitious goal and personal dedication, you can attain anything. Maybe more importantly, the pin is a symbol that you were, you are, and you will always be part of our family. We are a family of over 87,000 strong who work to better our world each and every day, and we hope you will wear your pin with pride. We know you leave UNB with more knowledge, a greater sense of community, and the potential to make a significant difference in the quality of your own lives and the lives of those you touch as you take your next steps in your life's journey. UNB alumni are world-class leaders, inventors, constructors, designers, teachers, pioneers. We know that you can make your own mark on the world, and we cannot wait to see what you will do. Congratulations on a job well done, and once again, welcome to the alumni family. I now invite members of our UNB alumni to present the 2018 UNB pin. Thank you.
Thank you, Jill. Again this year, the graduating class has asked that the valedictory be delivered at Encaenia. The valedictorian for this ceremony is Andrew Robart from Rothsay, New Brunswick, who received his Bachelor of Science in Engineering degree here this afternoon. Andrew?
Good afternoon, distinguished guests, Chancellor McCain, President Campbell, UNB graduates, family, and friends. I'm very honored and humbled to have been selected to represent our graduating class as valedictorian today. I stand up in front of you with a mechanical engineering degree, and although I did not graduate from computer science or forestry and environmental management, we all have one thing in common. We each just walked across the stage and received probably the most expensive piece of paper we'll ever purchase. Computer science students, where are you? In the back. You're the people at the center of technological advancements in the future. Some will write software to create the next artificial intelligence that will solve all our world's problems, and then replace us all in the workplace. We would very much appreciate it if you delayed this project until we were all retired. Forestry and environmental management students, where are you? In the back. After stumbling into the forestry building for the first time, I was pretty jealous of you guys. And then, after checking out the washroom, I contemplated switching to forestry. I mean, what other faculty has granite floors in the bathrooms? As climate change continues to become more and more relevant, you'll be at the forefront of the world's discussions on short-term and long-term solutions. I'm confident our planet is in good hands. And last, but certainly not least, you have my faculty, the Faculty of Engineering and Civil. By now, many of you have received your iron ring, and some of you may have lost it already. Either way, it's a reminder to be mindful in your work moving forward. Two things I was taught growing up is that life is 10% what happens to you and 90% how you react to it. And that if you want to go fast, go alone. But if you want to go far, go together. Whether it's helping put someone through university or helping community members clean up after one of the largest floods in New Brunswick's history, I'm thankful for having grown up in a community that comes together no matter the cause. I started university similar to many of you, a nervous first-year student in search of a greater purpose, this complex thing society's created for us. In my first week of engineering, our professor read us a quote from Albert Einstein that I'll never forget. Anyone who's never made a mistake has never tried anything new. I wasn't even sure if I wanted to be an engineer, but I knew they were onto something. Beginning engineering at UNB St. John before having transferred to UNB Fredericton gave me a strong foundation for my university experience. Something my first 2 years didn't prepare me for, though, was the massive and slippery campus hill in the winter. Nor did it explain why Head Hall's rooms aren't numbered in order, or why the main floor is labeled Level C. But it did make me realize that no matter where we are in the world, UNB and its students will always be our home and family. Most importantly, we have cultivated friendships with those sitting around us. The lab partner you were paired up with in first year who ended up becoming your best friend. That student who had the best marks in your class and whether they knew it or not, challenged you to do better. Those roommates you could never seem to get rid of. Or even your favorite calculator that helped you survive those tough tests and assignments. The relationships you've formed here will follow you even after you've taken off your gown and flipped the page to the next chapter of your lives. I think I can speak on behalf of all the graduates sitting amongst us. University is an emotional roller coaster. Seriously, we've all had those days. Those days when you can't seem to get out of bed for an 8:30 class. Maybe because you stayed up too late playing Fortnite. No matter the reason, we've all been there. The last 4 years have not only been filled with last-minute assignments, all-nighters at Head Hall, celebratory pictures at the cellar, and a few too many Thursday nights at S Club, or Social Club as my dad likes to call it. The years have been filled with a journey learning about ourselves and learning to persevere. Never forget that as a UNB graduate, you've proven to be a resilient individual. You can take on anything life throws at you, and you have a strong support system to lean on when you need help. Standing before you today, I'm still left without the in-depth knowledge of my greater purpose that I sought. I'm still looking for it. However, I have discovered that I've ultimately been most successful in areas that I'm curious and passionate about, and that with a lot of hard work, help from family, friends, classmates, and soon-to-be colleagues, our goals most of the time are achievable. Reflecting back on your time on UNB and looking to the future, I challenge you to forget purpose and pursue what you're curious about, even though it may not be the easiest route. Do what you're interested in. I encourage all of you sitting in the audience to take a few seconds to think about your time here, remembering the experiences you've had, your first day of university when you put yourself out there and made new friends, the times that have made you grow as a person. Remember the initiatives you've took on to better the people and communities around you. I think you can all agree with me when I say our time at UNB has been unforgettable. However, none of this would have been possible without the support around us every day. Thank you to our student loans and our parents' wallets for helping us out. Thanks, Mom and Dad. And to those who stood by us throughout our many ups and downs. To the UNB faculty and staff, alumni, family, and friends, for everything you do on behalf of the graduates, thank you. Class of 2018, now that you've walked across the stage, I encourage you all to remember the unique journey you took to get where you are. Remember the possibility you have to impact New Brunswick and the next generation of UNB graduates by giving back some of your time, treasure, or talent as past UNB students and new UNB young alumni. As I look around, I'm inspired by the room full of outstanding students and future leaders who are being recognized for their dedication to completing challenging degrees and for the positive impact they've made and will continue to make on the world. I'm excited to hear your future stories, and I'm glad to say I will always be proudly UNB. To the future grads of 2018 and our future, let's get it.
Thank you, Andrew. Well said. On behalf of the Chancellor, the Board of Governors, the Senate, the faculty and the staff, and all of us here at UNB, may I extend to all who have graduated here today our most sincere congratulations on your achievement and our very best wishes for your future. A special thank you at this time to the St. John String Quartet, David Adams, Stanley Sametz, Christopher Buckley, Sonia Adams, and trumpeter Robert Dudden for providing the music for our 189th Encaenia. Thank you so much. There's a small army of people here at the university who come to help and make sure that this ceremony goes as smoothly as possible. They work very hard so that you can just sit back and enjoy the day. I think they succeed very well each and every time. Let's say thank you to them as well. At the conclusion of the ceremony, you are all invited to attend an Encaenia tea, which will be held in the Alberta Alumni Reception Room, which is down on the first floor of this building. A photo booth has been set up there for you to take and create more memories with your family and your friends. It is now my pleasure to invite Madhu Takuri, who is a student in the Faculty of Engineering, to come onto the platform and lead us in the singing of O Canada. I would ask that you all rise and remain standing until the academic procession has left the hall. Thank you. Madhu.
True
Thank you.